The Victorian mansion, with its time-worn elegance, and stood as a silent witness to the passage of centuries. Intrigued by the charm of a bygone era, I decided to make it my home, blissfully ignorant of the unsettling secret it harbored. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the house seemed to come alive with an energy that transcended the realm of the living. Faint whispers, like ghostly tendrils, slithered through the empty halls. My curiosity, both a blessing and a curse, led me towards the source of these ethereal murmurings. The ghostly melody guided me down a narrow staircase, each step groaning under the weight of time. The creaky stairs led me to the basement, where the air grew thick with an otherworldly presence. My flashlight cast long, distorted shadows on the cold, stone walls as the whispers intensified, morphing into distinct voices that seemed to call my name. A frigid breeze caressed the nape of my neck, leaving behind an icy trail of apprehension. At the basement's bottom, my flashlight flickered, revealing a vast, dimly lit expanse that stretched into an abyss. Shadows danced in the corners, forming vague, indistinct figures. The air pulsed with an unsettling energy, and my breath caught as I stared into the void. The figures, though shapeless, exuded an aura of malevolence that sent shivers down my spine. Terror seized me, and I sprinted back up the stairs and slamming the basement door shut. The whispers persisted, echoing through the house like a haunting melody. Each night, they beckoned me towards the unknown, a prisoner of my own curiosity. Sleep became elusive as the whispers enveloped me, weaving a sinister lullaby that echoed through the empty halls. The more I tried to resist, the more entangled I became in the spectral web. The walls seemed to reverberate with the history of the house, a history tainted by unseen forces. An invisible presence, palpable in the whispers, watched and waited. Days blurred into nights as I teetered on the precipice of an otherworldly abyss, haunted by the relentless voices that refused to release their grip. The house, once a sanctuary, transformed into a labyrinth of shadows and secrets. Its history, intertwined with the whispers that echoed through its halls, became an indelible part of my own. The walls held the stories of those who had come before, their fates sealed by the same curiosity that now gripped me. As the whispers continued to pull me deeper into the abyss, I couldn't help but wonder if my story, too, would become a haunting refrain in the symphony of the mansion's dark past. Nestled in the heart of a remote forest, my cabin promised solace and serenity. It stood as a lone sentinel, surrounded by towering trees that whispered ancient secrets in the wind. However, the tranquility I sought was shattered one fateful night when an unexpected visitor knocked on my door. 3 deliberate knocks echoed through the stillness, each reverberation carrying a sense of foreboding. Cautiously, I opened the door, revealing a moonlit expanse of trees that seemed to watch me with silent anticipation. The shadows danced in the silver glow, casting eerie shapes on the forest floor. A chilling wind whispered through the leaves, amplifying the eerie atmosphere. Closing the door did little to quell the persistent knocking, now louder and more insistent. It seemed to emanate from all sides, surrounding the cabin like an invisible presence. Fear gripped me as I retreated to the bedroom, barricading myself against the unseen visitor. The knocks persisted, a relentless drumbeat that echoed through the cabin until the early hours of the morning. Exhausted and paranoid, I dared not leave the safety of the room until daylight finally broke. The memory of that haunting visitation lingered, a spectral presence in the walls of my once tranquil retreat. With the first light of dawn, I ventured outside, expecting to find answers or traces of the midnight intruder. Yet, the forest stood silent, as if the night's events were nothing but a ghastly dream. Doubt gnawed at my sanity as I questioned the reality of the ghostly visitor. Was it a figment of my imagination, a manifestation of the isolation that surrounded me, or a harbinger of something more sinister? Days turned into nights, and the knocks persisted, each echo more unnerving than the last. Sleep became a fleeting luxury, replaced by the ever-present anticipation of the nocturnal visitor. Shadows danced on the cabin walls, and whispers echoed through the pines, a ghostly chorus that whispered secrets only the night could comprehend. The once inviting forest became a labyrinth of uncertainty, its trees concealing hidden truths that eluded my understanding. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, heightened my senses, pushing me further into the grip of paranoia. As the days stretched into an endless night, the boundaries between wakefulness and dreams blurred. The cabin, once a haven, transformed into a prison of my own making. The relentless knocks became a cruel reminder of the unseen forces that lurked in the shadows, an enigma that defied explanation. Within the grandeur of my inherited mansion, a haunting relic adorned the hallway, an ancient mirror with a dark history. Passing by one night, I caught a glimpse of movement within its reflective surface. My own reflection stood eerily still, a disconcerting mirage in the dimly lit corridor. The mirror's whispers began softly, barely audible and easily dismissed as a trick of the mind. Attempting to ignore the unsettling sensation proved futile, as the whispers grew more insistent, more sinister. One evening, the mirror unveiled a shadowy figure standing just behind me, its eyes gleaming with malevolence. Avoiding the mirror became an impossible task. Its whispers lured me in like a moth to a flame. Compelled by an irresistible force, I found myself staring into the reflective abyss. The room plunged into darkness, and the mirror revealed a twisted version of myself, grinning malevolently. Terrified, I stumbled backward, but the mirror held me captive. The distorted reflection reached out, and a chilling voice whispered, "You are never alone." The room returned to normal, but the mirror's whispers persisted, haunting my every step. As I moved through the mansion, the reflection in the mirror seemed to move independently, a sinister doppelganger that mirrored my every fear. The once majestic mansion, adorned with opulent decor, became a hall of mirrors reflecting the darkest recesses of my soul. Each room held a distorted truth, and the boundary between reality and nightmare blurred. The grandeur that once defined the estate now concealed a malevolent force, an entity that reveled in the torment of its unwilling inhabitant. Days stretched into nights, and the mansion's hallways became an endless maze. The mirror, once an object of beauty, transformed into a gateway to a realm where reality and nightmare intertwined. Every step echoed with the whispers that seemed to emanate from the very walls. The mansion, with its towering ceilings and ornate furnishings, became a prison where the line between self and shadow became increasingly indistinguishable. In my quest to unravel the mysteries of the mirror, I delved into the mansion's history. Tales of tragedy and despair unfolded, each chapter adding layers to the haunting narrative. The mirror, an heirloom passed down through generations, seemed to hold the collective anguish of those who had gazed into its depths. As I moved through the mansion's dimly lit corridors, the reflection in the mirror took on a life of its own. It moved independently, mocking my every fear and insecurity. The once proud family portraits that adorned the walls seemed to watch with silent disapproval as the mirror revealed the darker facets of my psyche. Haunted by the relentless whispers and the malevolent reflection, I became a prisoner within the confines of my own inheritance. The mansion, once a symbol of affluence and prestige, now stood as a testament to the supernatural forces that lay hidden beneath its opulent facade. As the mirror continued to whisper secrets that only the shadows understood, I questioned whether escape was even possible. The mansion, with its labyrinthine hallways and echoing whispers, held me captive in a dance of torment. The mirror, a silent accomplice, reflected not only my visage but the ever-present darkness that clung to the estate like a curse.